welcome back to another travel adventure. Before hopping on the plane to Chicago, I decided to stop at the library to get a book with no shame. I had my sock curls on and my PJs on, but that's just what the day looks like getting ready for a trip.
You can get a bacon avocado and lettuce sandwich.
Okay, what's the under over that we're gonna make our flight?
40% chance we make it on.
Oh, he's not a believer. We got to the airport just over 2 hours early, but one of the gates was broken, so it took us literally forever to get through security. We stayed at the Chicago Aloft Hotel. It was so clean. The pool table in the lobby was fantastic, and who can argue with a view? We weren't planning to go out that night, but while Alex was in the shower, I realized that Firecakes Doughnuts was open until midnight. So we had 15 minutes to get there and get our food. So we went out just as we were, which meant that Alex was in basketball shorts.
Tell me about the shorts. What's the deal with that?
Well, I only brought just enough pants.
Yeah, and your wife made you go get donuts?
At midnight,
yeah.
But it's snowing, so.
No pants!
Firecakes Doughnuts is a big local donut spot, which is important to us because we try to avoid food tourist traps when we travel and just hit spots that the locals enjoy. And these donuts were 10 out of 10.
First bite. Good?
Yeah. We took our snack and headed back to the hotel, and we played pool for about 3 hours. The next morning, we got coffee at Terry Coffee, and they gave us this like cute little wafer on top that was so good. And then we went to an apartment tour because we were low-key thinking about moving to Chicago, but that's, you know, still a secret, so shh, don't tell anybody.
Look, Mom, we made it!
I really wanted to go ice skating in Millenium Park, but I'm still dealing with a dance injury, so we settled for watching, which was also still very dreamy.
Yeah, we're all the way.
A big highlight of going to Chicago at Christmas is going to the Christkindle Market. And what makes the Christkindle Market so special is that they serve authentic German cuisine. So we got to try their potato pancakes, candied nuts, and their hot cider, which literally, I kid you not, is the best hot cider I have ever had. And of course, we got to check out the cute little shops with handmade souvenirs. And I also got to learn about some German Christmas lore. So they have this story that tells of the Christmas Krampus, and this is like a scary monster that beats naughty children. It's kind of like the US equivalent of coal in your stocking, but a whole lot darker and creepier, but also really fun to learn about. It was so cold. So we did a quick Target run to grab some gloves. I think there was like negative 15 degrees outside. We absolutely cannot go to Chicago without visiting the Art Institute of Chicago, and we got so lucky because while they were there, the painting The Great Wave was actually there. And you may not be familiar with this painting, but you are likely familiar with the book Tomorrow, 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 and on the cover of this book is The Great Wave. While there, we obviously saw more paintings than just The Great Wave, and there's too many paintings to name, but let me just tell you, we had a blast. Also, a side note, if you haven't read Tomorrow, 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 you definitely should because it's an amazing book. By this time, we were starving. So we decided to go get some Chicago famous deep dish from Lou Malnati's Pizza. There's so much Chicago lore about who has the best deep dish, but after reading about 1 billion Reddit reviews, we decided to go to Lou Malnati's. And we shouldn't have, but we definitely said yes to tiramisu for dessert. Finally, to put a bow on our day, we stopped at the Chicago Reserve Roastery. Now, I am not a Starbucks girly, but the Reserve Roasteries are iconic and special because they showcase craft of coffee with a focus on rare, small lot, and limited edition beans, offering a more immersive and experimental coffee experience than regular Starbucks stores, including unique brewing methods, food, and even coffee cocktails.
She's moving coffee between floors. It is not meant to be done.
Each floor has something different, which is fun to take the escalator all the way up to the top and stop on the different floors. The view really was beautiful, and we spent a lot of time watching the Christmas lights outside, all the different people around us in the cafe. We had a great view of the crazy Chicago drivers outside. So the experience was amazing. I would do it again in a heartbeat, but the coffee was about minus a million out of 10. Day 3 in Chicago, we started our day with a coffee and a quick brunch eaten on the Brown Line before checking out another apartment tour. To be honest, we hated this apartment. It was freezing, literally freezing outside. So we decided to divert from a lot of our outdoor activities that I had planned. And instead, we opted to check out a bookstore and get a nice warm dinner at Ima. This restaurant is so good, and it won our award for best meal of the trip, and it gets bonus points for the incredible mocktails that they offer. Our last big stop of the day was Second City Improv. A lot of the performers who started Second City end up working on SNL and other huge projects. Some of the alumni you probably heard of are Tina Fey, Martin Short, and Steve Carell. But honestly, my literal favorite part of our experience here was reading some of the alumni quotes. And of course, we couldn't end our night without playing 2 more good hours of hotel lobby pool. Day 4, we loaded up on a huge breakfast from Beatrix. What, did you bring too much stuff?
It's mostly not mine.
He brought a half-empty suitcase for me. Isn't he sweet?
Then we flew home, but before we made it all the way home, we had a connection in Evansville, Indiana, which is the smallest airport that I have literally ever seen. Okay, so we're in Evansville, Indiana, and it just cracks me up because there's nothing here. So this is the view. It's a field. I actually thought we were gonna land on a farm. And then this is the only shop thing they have. So you can buy udder mugs, corn, stuffed animals, burgers, smoothies, coffee, Greek food. It's a one-stop shop. One stop, because there's no other stops. Thanks so much for coming to Chicago with us. I hope that you had a blast, and we will see you right back here real soon for our next travel adventure. Bye!